What's up, C3U fam? It's Raymond here. And with the craziness that has been going on with COVID-19 and the quarantine, we just wanted to reach out to some students from our own camp, our C3U kids, just to see how they've been coping with COVID-19, how they've been coping with quarantine, and how they've been coping with school. So I just want to have our students, our lovely students, introduce themselves.
Hi C3, my name is Brianna and I'm going to be an incoming freshman at the George Washington University, majoring in political science on the pre-law track.
Hi everybody, my name is Chelsea Crandall. I am a rising sophomore at St. John's University. I am a public relations communications major.
Hi C3, my name is Brianna Crowther. I will be a rising sophomore attending Binghamton University and I'm majoring in graphic design.
Hey C3, my name is Christian Rogers. I am an incoming freshman at City College of New York and I will be going in undeclared.
So guys, tell me how it was switching from physically going to school to now going to online school.
It was definitely a major transition, considering just the part of the year I was in. I was a second semester senior, so I was basically just ready to just like freely enjoy the rest of my senior year, and that basically just got cut and taken away, and now I switched to doing all of my AP prep in my bedroom online.
For me, it was super duper chaotic. We all got an email saying that the school was essentially shutting down. So I had to pack up my room, my entire room, which was like 6 months worth of stuff. I had to pack up my whole room and basically move out in 72 hours.
For me, it was a little bit hectic, only because I was originally planning on staying on campus because they gave students the option to either continue living on campus for the rest of the semester or going home early. Then I started hearing rumors about the mayor shutting down parts of the city.
For me, the transition from physical school to virtual school is pretty hectic because my school's not very good with technology. So even things as simple as Google Classroom, the teachers found it to be challenging. So when we had to switch to Zoom calls and fully on Google Classroom, they found it hard to give us assignments and give us instruction over the internet. So at first it was pretty slow, but then as we started to figure things out, it started to smoothen out.
So what were some of your expectations going into school this year, pre-pandemic, and what kind of things were you excited for this year?
I was definitely excited to go through the college process and to be able to visit schools, see new places, and basically sort of get a gist of where I would be best fitted for what I wanted to major in. And then of course there's your usual prom, senior weekend celebratory moments that you want to share with your classmates.
For me, I think I was a freshman and I was super excited to be able to experience going to different clubs, experiencing different classes, just normal things that every other freshman wants to experience, going to parties, joining clubs, just doing the different things that a freshman could experience. And I was looking forward to decorating my dorm room.
I was definitely looking forward to finding out how to fit in on campus, exploring the area, and familiarizing myself with both the academic side and the social side of attending university. So I kind of got to do that, but at the same time it did get a little bit cut short because most of the school years, during the winter time, it's cold. Nobody really wants to leave their room or do activities outside. So by the time this whole shutdown happened, we were getting ready to move into nicer weather. So I'm pretty sure there were nicer events planned, but obviously we couldn't get to them. So, yeah.
For me personally, I was looking forward to a lot of the things that a normal high school senior is looking forward to. I was in charge of the senior planning, so I was looking forward to seeing all of the prom and the senior trip that I had worked on. I was really looking forward to seeing that come into existence and see how all my hard work succeeded. And I was also looking forward to going to the APs and trying to get a high score, get some of the college credits done, and just being able to make sure I can go into the college experience the first year as strongly as I possibly could.
Okay, be honest with me, guys. What was the hardest thing about switching to online learning? And let me know how it affected you mentally and emotionally.
Preparing for APs, I think, was really difficult from home because personally, I'm a very hands-on learner. So I like to be able to be in the classroom, be just in that environment. I just feel like I focus better when I'm there. So having to basically already shift my focus of being second semester senior and now being at home, I just had to really activate my mind a lot more and be very intentional about how I was handling my schoolwork.
So for me, it was hard emotionally, mentally, and physically to switch to online learning because I was learning a foreign language. I was taking Italian. And so basically, I had to figure out how to now teach myself Italian when I'm not a native speaker.
For me personally, one of my biggest challenges from transitioning from physical class to virtual class was just staying organized because in school, you have all the resources that you need. If you need to talk to a teacher, the teacher's right there to answer your questions. In school, you don't have as many distractions. You're just in the classroom. There's not much else to focus on. But when I got home, the teachers were a lot harder to get in contact with. There are a lot more distractions. It was a lot harder to get motivated.
So no one expected 2020 to be what it is right now. So let me know what kind of plans you had for 2020. And even if you didn't have plans, let me know what you would be doing right now or where you would be right now.
So when I finished school, I was supposed to start a new job. I was supposed to go back to the United Nations as an intern, but because of COVID-19 and basically having to manage not only the crisis here, but in hundreds of other countries, the office that I was working with was not able to take me, even in a virtual platform, which was kind of really disheartening. So with that, basically I just had a lot of time to reshift my focus and sort of dive into my passions that were more local.
So for me, similar to Brianna, I was also applying for a lot of internships. Because of the pandemic, I didn't get through to a lot of them, which sucked because I really wanted to try some. I decided to transfer from my previous institution. So at that point, I was essentially hoping to kind of just live it up my last semester. I had plans to go to a birthday party before the whole thing happened. I was just hoping to not be stuck at home. And if Corona wasn't a thing right now, I'd probably be out and about on the streets without a mask and just having fun.
This summer I was definitely expecting to get a job or an internship since I need more experience in working and stuff like that. And even if I didn't, I was definitely going to be hanging out with friends, going outside a lot more often, having a normal summer.
For me personally, like some of the others said, I would be trying to fill out my resume with either work experience or an internship so that even after college, I have something on my resume to say, hey, I did stuff. I am prepared for this occupation. I did also have some plans earlier in the year to visit colleges, but at this point, I'll be trying to either move into my college or just get used to the commute.
So considering everything that has been going on with COVID-19 and the racial tensions in our society right now, how are you guys feeling about going back to school, and is there anything you're excited about?
Well, since I'm not going back and I will be home, I'm grateful that I will be able to vote for the very first time from my home district. That's really exciting for me. And just being able to stay in the political realm of New York, DC is a whole different ballgame. I've heard it's a lot more diverse in ideology, which is exciting, but also nerve-wracking. So I am maybe a little bit excited to stay in my liberal bubble for a little bit longer.
For me, I'm very nervous to go back to dorming. I'm getting a roommate and she's from Texas, which, as I'm sure you guys know, is kind of the center of everything right now. So I am a little nervous.
What about is probably living in my own room, not leaving that room ever because I don't want to catch Corona. So thankfully, I was able to live in what my campus calls the apartments community.
Seeing that I'm going to be going into school virtually, there's not all that much to have to worry about. I don't have to worry about in-person interactions when it comes to school. So I don't really have to worry about Corona safety either. So that's not too frightening or anything. But what I do have to worry about is just as I go to work, there are still people that have different issues with different social issues that are going on right now with mask regulations and corona regulations.
Okay, let's look at this quarantine as a whole. What kind of things did you learn, whether it was in yourself, your friends, your family, society, whatever?
I learned how many distractions I have that I didn't really understand how much they impacted me, especially spiritually. Not necessarily saying that school was a distraction from my spiritual life, but it definitely was an extra thing that caused me to divert my time. And I think having school sort of be more on my own schedule allowed me to be more intentional with my spiritual growth.
For me, this quarantine definitely taught me that I am more resilient than I thought I was. It presented a lot of challenge spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally. It was genuinely hard, and it was a lot harder as well because I was not only socially distant from my friends, but I was also very socially distant from my extended family. And normally, in a time like this, we would all lean on each other and rely on each other. And somehow, even though we were states away, we managed to become closer than ever.
I would say during this quarantine, I got more awareness about my mental health, and I learned that having a good set of friends is always helpful during times of turmoil like this, because even though like you can't physically hang out with your friends, in my case my friends don't even live in the same country, so but we were still able to like keep each other's spirits up by communicating with each other like every other day or something like that, and checking in with each other to make sure that we were all still doing okay. And if we weren't, we would still like, try to talk about it.
What I learned about myself is that I adapt pretty nicely, because when you looked at other people and how they transitioned from real school to virtual school, you saw that was challenging for some people. I was able to take on the transition a little bit better, which I am happy about, because I was kind of scared about it when I first heard about it, but I had to learn how to adapt and transition and move on your feet. But as I went on, there are certain social issues where you had to look back and look on your values, see how they compare to society, see how they compare to God's values.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and a huge thank you to all of our C3U members that came out to be a part of this video. If you have any quarantine experience that you would like to share with us, you can always place that in the comments below. But make sure that you subscribe and put on that post notification bell so you never miss any of our videos. Make sure that you follow us on all of our social media platforms so you're always updated, and stay tuned because there's a whole bunch more coming.